Guys, welcome to What If Civilization Start Over, episode 15. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing we're going to look at is every nation that borders the Russian area with the technology will end up. So as I was saying, every nation that borders the Russian area, even even Hokkaido, will start exploring the Japanese areas, not the Russian area, and Russia will be fully explored. So we're going to see the division of this area. I'll be back. This is the division of this northern area. As we see, 1, 2, 3 nations, and this nation expands. This nation. Blue team doesn't expand, and also this nation expands. So I'm gonna plop down capitals, and I'll be back. So these are the capitals, and I added a stability layer. It's not updated yet. I'm gonna update it on my free time. So this is the layer. So yeah, I'm gonna add a technology layer in between episodes. So let's look at something else. Let's go to the Americas. So what we're going to see now is a large amount of these nations, and we're also going to see a new nation enter. As you know, the world is round, so we're going to see Hokkaido fully arrive in the continent of America, as they will explore far, and also we're going to see this British Isles nation, which became much stronger from their colonies, fully enter the continent of South America. But it won't be alone, as also the Benelux nation will also enter South America, as this nation has already been in South America before, as so they will be just exploring more, and they will connect up their colonies together. As now we're seeing a large amount of exploration. We're also going to see the Italian nation also enter into South America from the north. So we're seeing a lot of and we're going to see the Italian nation also, and these other nations start exploring into North America as they fully start exploring all of it, Mexico, and reach there as they explore almost all of it. And the Japanese are busy exploring, as they don't know that there's more nations on this continent, as they fully explore the Alaskan areas. And we see this nation end up fully reach this area of this island of Canada, as the Benelux will also help this nation to explore the Canadian areas. As now we're going to see a large amount of individual help from each nation that is in the Americas to fully explore the Americas, as this country will explore all the way to down south, as they fully explore this area. And this lake of this Canadian lake is explored, and mostly the Canadian northern areas is the areas that are not explored that much, because it's very cold up there. So we're going to see a large amount of exploration as this Japanese Isles nation fully explores almost all of, as they reach California and catch up with the Europeans, as the Europeans are surprised that a nation all on the other side of the world is in America, as they will end up fully fully exploring this land right here, which is a very good thing for. So we're going to see these nations, after knowing each other that they're here, they'll start exploring this area and end up fully exploring this whole main Canadian area, not the islands, but the mainland of North America. So this is how much they explore, which is a lot. North America is technically explored. So let's see the division of North and South America. The division that we see coming up by these countries of how they will divide America. Some borders are ugly, some borders are good. So, and also not just North America and also South America. So what we see, something else, what we're going to see happening, I made a stability layer, so it's not updated because we did a lot right now. So as you can see, the Italian Empire, everything in their colonies is a red country, as the Italian Empire is greatly unstable, as how much land they have taken from where they are now to where they'll be in the future is a lot of land. So we're going to see not the Italian Empire's colonies, as they are very stable, they can afford to hold on to these. So the first country we're going to see rebelling is this old orange nation, this nation that was here. So as we see it rebel close to these areas, as it was a big nation. So this is the first nation that will rebel away. As the next group starting off, where we're going to see a nation actually invade the Italian Union, and that nation will be Prussia. As Prussia right up here will start moving troops into the Italian Union, as they have a large claim on land inside the Italian Union, as they. So these are the areas that will rebel. This area is very stable, so we're not gonna see the eastern area rebel. So we're gonna see this rebellion capture a major city and another one, as they'll meet up with the Prussians. But the Italian Empire is free, as this rebellion captures 3 major cities. The Italian Empire is pretty strong, so they manage to push back and capture one of their old major cities. As this is a 3-front war. No, this is as Prussia will capture this major city captured by the Italian Union, to give each of them for there to be a peace treaty. So let's look at this peace treaty. This country takes off of this area, and this country gains independence. But I'm pretty sure this country is gonna invade this country, and this pink country also gains its independence. So let's update this year, as this country will change from this to we'll change from a red. Actually, let me do this off camera. So now let's go to the religion there. So what we're going to see happening is a large amount of people in this area, as the green religion is dying down a lot. As if I do this, we're going to see as we see a large amount of religious breakaways, as this area starts falling under the yellow religious, as this is bad for the green religion. As also we're also gonna see a new religion arise up. I'm gonna make it orange because there's no orange. So we're going to see a very large religious. It's only gonna include the people in this, as they, even in Sri Lanka, as they start changing religion, as this is bad for this, as this is bad for this green religion, as it's really collapsing. So let's turn off the religion in here. So we're going to see more exploration as these nations finally getting themselves together, who end up fully exploring not Australia, Papua New Guinea and these islands, as they're going to be divided between this nation right here, and this nation, which would take the northern areas, as they take almost all of Papua New Guinea, but not all. So we're going to see this area that is disputed between the Italian colony and this colony. It will be split. It will be given to, as this Benelux nation will end up giving up and give it to the Italians, as that's actually good for the Italians. So we're going to see a war happen. So this war is going to be between these two big colonial powers, as they became very strong. As these two nations will be going to war. But the first nation that's going to be moving its troops will be this nation, as they start moving troops into this nation. But as they call all their colonies to come help them win this war, we're going to see this nation push back far and almost push them out. But we're even gonna see this nation, they don't have major cities. We're even gonna see this nation start moving, but this won't be the only area that they're going to be fighting. They're also going to be fighting in the Americas. We're going to see this war continue, as this colony will be invaded from the eastern area. So let's move away from that war, which will last a lot of episodes, and go to the British Isles, as a war will unfold here too. This doesn't involve these nations, so it's just this nation thinking they're much more stronger, and they will invade Cornwall, as Cornwall fully collapses, and they send an ultimatum to Wales to join them, and Wales who accept. So let's look at this peace treaty. So this is the peace treaty. The British English area is united. So we're going to look at something else, as we're going to see this nation fully collapse, as their government, it has fully collapsed, and they are no longer able to function. So this nation will fully collapse, and as they fall into anarchy. So this is the first traces of anarchism in this. So we're going to see the first group that pop up, which is this nation is to this group, which is the real government. And the second group will be this group right here, this purple group. And we're also going to see a pink group move all in the north. We're gonna see this more in episode 16. So that'll be the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.